Alright, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I'm interrupting my viewing of the rescue of the baby from the TV show Blacklist that I've been telling you I've been watching to update you on Gaddy versus the Corporation of the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, just where they left off. On Tuesday, November 26th, 2019, a notice of hearing was to be held to discuss the church's motion to dismiss and memorandum in support pursuant to Rule 12b-1, or alternatively 12b-6. And so that hearing was set for February 13th. So that was 10 days ago. On the 6th of February, this was after my filing, on the 4th, notice of filing of notice of supplemental authority in support of opposition to 12b. Now, I haven't read what the church's excuse is to dismiss the case, but apparently Gaddy had found out after the hearing that there's a supplemental authority that needs to be referred to in regards to the church's claims to dismiss. Then on February 10th, notice of filing of amendment to plaintiff's notice of supplemental authority. So Gaddy then amended it 4 days later. So somebody in a position of authority can answer to the motion of dismissal against the defendant. Then on the 13th, they held the hearing, and both Kay and Park Romney presented their arguments, and David Jordan and Wesley Harward were the defense counsel for the church. Kay, if you're listening, and I doubt you are, all you have to do is point out that the defense counsel are paying protection money to the church, and that they have been involved in the pyramid scheme of the church with the missionary recruitment program. And then you can have those attorneys under bar review while the church has to scramble to figure out, how do we get other counsel that isn't compromised and that won't lose their bar license and etc. So, this type of thing doesn't happen, because nowhere in history has a religious organization been so corrupt and so controlling of a whole state. I mean, the Constitution has the remedy for this, but the way that people have developed the law process, this is unheard of. It's unprecedented. And so then I come along and go right for the jugular of the church as a criminal organization, controlling the whole state of Utah, and using religion as a cover for their criminal operation. I mean, this is earth-shattering, guys. If you do not understand this is earth-shattering. But Judge Robert J. Shelby is now reading, pondering, and praying about the hearing that was held, and so now he's conflicted because he needs to protect the church. He's given loyalty oaths in the temple. He pays protection money to the church. He's compromised. and so, what does he do? You know, he's struggling, searching. Somehow, there's got to be some law somewhere that I can use to justify to protect the church. And so, yeah, just like I did with my letter to Clark Waddups, I let him know that he also is involved in this, even though I didn't directly implicate him, but he would recognize immediately that he also is directly implicated in protecting the church, committing crimes on behalf of the church as a federal judge committing crimes. So I don't know if you guys fully understand this. Both Kay and I have got a what's it called in boxing? I can't think of the term now. But a double whammy for the game show, but a two-front attack in military strategy. But I can't think of whatever. I mean, if you guys don't fully understand, I mean, I know YouTube is throttling my videos from your view, and that you have to actually search for my particular videos because YouTube refuses to allow it to show up on people's search feed or recommended feed. And so this is earth-shaking for the church. It will destroy the church. Either Kay or me will destroy the church. It's going to happen, guys. Because if Shelby sides on behalf of the church, when Gaddy has presented her case, all hell's going to break loose. People are going to be pissed. And if they continue to ignore me in my case, I'm going to be pissed. Nobody else seems to know about my case. But, I mean, Gaddy is using RICO for the education scam aspect of it. Church history, educating Mormons into an incorrect worldview that alters their lives forever. And that's why Gaddy is the particular Mormon who is disillusioned by the church when she found out what she found out. My case, however, is more criminal in nature. This isn't civil. It's only civil because Mormons are all compromised in Utah, and so nobody wants to take the case. But it is capital crimes that I'm dealing with my case against the church. We're talking treason against America for what they're doing to me, war crimes for what they've done to me, RICO, the whole long list, not just education, and bigamy, hate crimes. You know, bigamy. Did you know that the church is practicing bigamy now? They stopped polygamy, but then have changed it into bigamy. And on top of that, I caught the church in the process of trying to cover up those connections to guilt during the course of this case. And that's the urgency that we are faced with here in this, is because the church recognizes their guilt and are trying to cover it up. as the judge is purposely delaying the proceedings to allow the church to cover it up. And so, yeah, my letter to Judge Waddups, who oversees Judge First, I read that letter to you earlier on the video channel, but yeah, I just thought I'd check up on this to see how it was going, but yeah, it's not looking good for the church. With all the scandals this past week, the church, no wonder, they're fleeing. They're preparing to flee, guys. Mormons, if you came to this channel or came to this video with your search thing, understand your church leaders are going to abandon you. They're going to leave you without a prophet, seer, and revelator. And you will be left to your local stakes. Just as Jesus Christ and the apostles died, all the bishops were left to themselves. And they all went their separate ways. Each bishop adopting their own gospel. There weren't just 4, there were hundreds. And each of the hundreds of churches adopted their own gospel. And then created a creed based upon the gospel that they selected as to an explanation of why they're choosing that. They're articles of faith, shall we say. And so, understand, Mormons, the church fell into apostasy after Joseph died. But Brigham Young's church is about to collapse as well into apostasy from apostasy. Or, as Mormons refer to the Catholic Church as being the apostate church, the Protestant Revolution shattered the Catholic Church into all the various Christian groups. This is the Mormon Revolution, the Mormon Protestant Revolution. This is what we're about to experience. So hold on to your hats. We're going to get them.